Just want to let you lot know that if you're watching this clip on the Fozcast YouTube channel, the full episode is now available to watch exclusively on Spotify, and it's free. Come on. And I want to just read out this list of Aston Villa players, okay? Because I remember playing against Aston Villa this season, one of these seasons. I think it was 2010. If I can just get my pictures up here. It was 2010, and I was at Man United. I was only on the bench for this game, okay? It was a Wednesday night. And listen to this team first, by the way, guys. Listen to this Aston Villa team. It is absolutely ridiculous. So in goal, Brad Friedel. You had players like Luke Young, Wilfred Boomer, Steve Sidwell, Richard Dunn, Stuart Downing, Ashley Young, James Milner, John Carew, who scored an awful lot of goals for you, Gabby Agbonlahor, Mark Albrighton, now Nathan Delfonso.
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 It sounds as if it would be.
Yeah. Curtis Davis, Fabian Delph. Yeah. These are the kind of players we are talking about, right? So I remember, like I say, I was on the bench for this game. Man United were number one team in the league, killing it every single game. And we went for the team talk before the game. So we're just about to leave the hotel, but Sir Alex Ferguson's giving his team talk. And he says, lads, he says, I need you to get your head around this game tonight, because this Aston Villa team at Villa Park on a Wednesday night under the floodlights is about the hardest game you will play this season. And I remember him saying it, and everybody genuinely kind of went, okay. Because we had seen this Aston Villa team. You got the likes of Ashley Young running riot, James Milner running around kicking people. I love James Milner. And he was not wrong, though, because the game kicked off. The atmosphere at Villa Park, when it's rocking, by the way, is something special, isn't it? It is something special. And we actually managed to scrape a draw, to be perfectly honest with you. It was a scraping of a draw. Even though Nani got sent off early doors, it didn't matter. Villa were incredible, honestly. They were absolutely fantastic. What was being a manager at Villa at that time like?
Okay, right. So my first year there, Mr. Lerner became the owner of the football club. I took over from Doug Ellis, and although Doug was the one that actually signed me, and so Randy put a lot of trust into me at the time. He wanted to change Villa. He wanted a Villa fan to go to a game, not only just to try and enjoy the match, but to enjoy the whole atmosphere. He tried to improve the whole end, the little bars. That's
kind of Americanized. That's the American way, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes, exactly. But I didn't disagree with him at all in those there. Like everything else, if you're winning football matches, you can make these changes and everybody's happy. So first year was tough old year for us, But then we started to get it together, and the signing of the players, signed James Milner, signed Ashley Young, signed Stuart Downing, signed Big Carew on a swap with Milan Baros. And
wow,
Carew was a character, a real character. He was, he was brilliant for us when he's on his day. Yeah. You just had to make sure he was on his day.
He liked a day out.
He liked
jaunt, didn't he?
He liked both a day and a night out,
and both together if he could.
Exactly, and not necessarily always in Birmingham. It might be down in London, it might be somewhere else. So,
well, we're from the Midlands, man. Yeah. So we kind of, you hear a lot of stories about the Villa players, and we remember this back in the day. And John Carew was a regular, whether it's out in Leamington or Birmingham or
Broad Street,
whatever it was.
Absolutely,
John Carew was likely to be somewhere nearabouts.
Well, honestly, John had to suffer a number of fines from me, because John, of course, would deny everything. I wasn't out, and then when you show him a picture of himself out there and the clock behind him and the date, but and getting him to play all the time. So John would also as well too. He obviously loved by his mother, who was living over in Norway at the time, and John would make a phone call to her, and she's asking how everybody is or whatever, and then she might detect a croaky voice or something, I guess, hearing his voice, and said, "You're not fit to play." So John would actually come in, and say, "Oh, I don't think my mother doesn't want me to play." Wow. John,
no.
Yeah. Listen, I'm exaggerating slightly, but so you had to convince John, you're perfectly all right, and you're brilliant. Yeah. And so there's only so many times, a finite number of times you can tell somebody's brilliant without thinking, "Oh, wait a minute, hold on.
Here we go again."
Yeah. But he was terrific for us, really good, and became a massive hero with the Villa fans.
I know.
Thanks everybody for watching. We hope you enjoyed this clip of the Fozcast. If you would like to watch the full episode, it is now available exclusively on Spotify for free.